Hi friends, and welcome back to Eliza's Notes. I'm Eliza, and today I'm going to be talking about maintaining friendships when you move overseas. Moving overseas can be really hard. It can take a lot of energy, a lot of mental space. It can also be physically exhausting. I know personally I'm having quite a rough week. To be quite honest, guys, I'm really bloody exhausted even filming this video. I'm squeezing it between the things I had to get done in the morning and my afternoon shift. For me, I moved to Paris here in France at the end of last year. It's been a roller coaster of a time getting used to life here, learning the language. I feel like there's still so much that I have to get done. So, having said all that, when do you find the time to maintain your friendships, family connections, professional relationships back home in your home country? Knowing when to reach out to someone can be quite hard. Also, just being not aware of everything that's going on in your friends' lives can be hard. A lot of time passes quite quickly and things happen, and when you're not experiencing them in the context of your home country, it is a very strange feeling, because as much as you want to stay connected, you can't ever fully be back home if you're not physically there. You can't fully be there for your friends through whatever they're going through, and it also works the other way too, where they can't be there 100% for you. Having said that though, there are definitely ways that you can stay connected, and just because the connection is different and you can't always 100% be there for each other, there are ways that you can really still be there for each other and, you know, support your friends when they're going through difficult things, or celebrate wins and successes. So I'm going to start off by talking a little bit about one way that is maybe a little bit more time consuming than other ways, but I really love writing letters by hand to my friends. I love putting little artworks in them. I love receiving little things from my friends. For example, one of the things that I like sending is little packets of tea, especially ones that are specifically French, and I always love receiving little things from my friends too. One of my friends who's an artist and makes jewelry sent me some earrings. Unfortunately, because the earrings were in just the normal envelope, the journey kind of crushed them a little bit, but I'm going to find some backings so that I can actually wear them, because the backings that my friend put on them got a little bit damaged. Sending and receiving physical items has been a really strong tether for me back to Australia. My mum is really crafty. She loves creating cards, and she loves supporting artists. So when she's sent packages from home, she's sent a couple pieces of sort of items or art from artists that she has supported locally. And I've got an example of some of her own work here. For my partner's birthday, she sent him this card in May. I also love to using little, you can see I've used a lot of them, but I love using little stickers to decorate my letters that I send. Here, I'll try and give you a better look. They're just really cute, and I love sending a little piece of who I am to someone, and sometimes I pick up little bits and pieces like little stickers or tickets or just things that interest me along the way, and I put them in with the letter too. So I think letter writing is also something that can exist alongside texting, calling. It's a little time capsule. The downside of letter writing is that it's not always current to what the person's going through, but it gives you a chance to express yourself and send things that exist on a longer timeline. The other thing too, of course, with letter writing is that, some people take quite a bit of time to respond. I am that friend right now just because I had a few expenses come up and I didn't really have it within my budget to buy more stamps. So that was hard because now I'm quite behind on my responses, but my friends understand, and the whole point of letter writing is that it kind of, it exists within this longer timeline. I think also too, since moving overseas, I've really come to realize people's different ways of communicating. I take it less personally now when people don't respond straight away or forget to respond, especially because I know I'm so busy all the time that I don't necessarily have the time to keep track of all of the messages I've opened. I don't know whether this is maybe too personal to talk about, but there have definitely been friendships that I feel myself letting go of since moving overseas, just because the other person has either stopped trying or they have started reaching out less and less. When you're in a romantic relationship, right, it's either working or it's not. And if it's not, then you break up. With friendships, that line is a lot less clear about when it's working and when it isn't. I have had times where the end of a friendship has been more clear than others. I think as I get older, I realize that an end of a friendship doesn't actually really mean anything in particular between you and the other person. It could just be that things have come to a point where you just are different people and you don't have much in common anymore. The reason why you were friends has finished. Whenever I'm worried about a particular connection fading or changing, I try and remind myself of the conventional wisdom that people are in our lives sometimes for a season, a reason, or a lifetime, because I think that's really true, and it's not really a comment on you if you have a lot of different friendships in a lot of different states of being at the same time. I have people I talk with most days. I have people I talk with rarely, but we can pick up as soon as we, where we left off. Unfortunately, there will always be people who don't have the maturity to understand how to keep a friendship alive, or people who just don't want to keep a friendship alive for one reason or another. And if that is for their own personal reasons, then it's not really a comment about you. It's just you're not compatible with them, and that's kind of all she wrote about it. I also think too, with long distance friendships, there can be a bit more room for misunderstandings. That's all for today, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments, how have you managed to maintain your friendships as an adult? Maybe that's regardless of location, or maybe you have also had to embrace maintaining long distance friends after you've moved overseas as well. I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll see you in my next video.